Guys, welcome back to my channel. I did a poll on Instagram and I asked you guys which story time did you want to hear, and it was how I gained weight so fast or the Airbnb horror story time. And it was 50-50, so I'm gonna do the Airbnb story time. I'm gonna do both of them. I just got finished recording my weight gain journey. So spring break, me and my friends decided to get an Airbnb and we were gonna have a kickback. It's supposed to be a kickback. So this was in March. So you know, we're on Airbnb trying to find a good place. We like I don't know, it was 4 of us. So we were all gonna split the cost of the Airbnb and we were gonna go from there. We searching all around. We did not find anything in our price range and in the spring break range. So we came across this one page. The place was the pictures look big. I'm gonna insert pictures throughout the video, but the pictures make the house look huge. There's lights everywhere. They got pool tables, stripper poles, Versace bed sheets. Like we was like, oh, and it was cheap and it was close to where I stay. So we didn't have to make no far drive. We can just drive there and have our little event and go home. So we found them and we contacted them like, hey, me and my friends are, and they call it the party house. So they didn't really care. It was 420 friendly. They said they didn't really care about the noise complaints. Just tell everybody to park on the side and there won't be any issues. So that really came in handy for a party. Like, it's literally a party house. Like, who wouldn't want to be there? So we booked and I talked to them. The communication was A1. I'm gonna give them that. Communication was A1. My friends are getting food. They getting that. So they stay all the way across town and I'm closer to the house. So I'm like, okay guys, no rush. I'm just gonna go to the house and I'm gonna check in and I'm gonna let y'all know. So I went there to check in. Red flag number 1. Okay, you know, in Airbnb, when you book your reservation, they send you the location to the place. Okay, cool. He gave me the I'm thinking it was a she gave me the location. I'm like, okay, cool. So I go to that location, knock on the door, and some lady answers, and it didn't look like the lady on the picture. So I'm like, hi, is this such and such address? And she was like, no, that's across the street. I don't know why they always giving people my address, but no, that's the wrong address. It's across the street. So I'm like, okay, ma'am, cool. She had a little attitude. So I go across the street and I see the lights like flashing through the front door. So I'm like, okay, this must be the house. So I pull up and they have the doorbell where you can see like the little camera on the doorbell. So I ring it or whatever, and I think they're supposed to get a notification. I'm not really sure how that really works, but I'm ringing the doorbell, I'm knocking on the door. I'm literally standing outside for like 5 minutes, and at this point I'm on the phone with my friends because I'm like, y'all need to stay on the phone with me. Folks, you know, folks crazy out here, so y'all can stay on the phone with me. They was like, okay, cool. And I was literally standing outside now for like 10 minutes. So I'm finna get back in my car and I'm texting him like I'm like, I'm outside, can you open the door? So as I'm finna pull off, a man comes to open the door. He has dreads. He's kind of my height, a little bit taller, kind of big, not really that big, but he kind of got a little weight on him, dark skin man. I'm like, oh, is this the little party house Airbnb? He was like, yes. Sorry about that, I was setting up. I'm like, okay. First of all, the music, he had music blasting. Why why do you have music blasting and you know that I'm finna come check in and you know that you're not gonna be able to hear me? And where is the lady that I was talking to? Because you're not no lady, you're a grown ass man. So I'm like, okay, whatever. I brushed it off. At this point, I just want everything to go well. So I get there, he's showing me around, and I don't know if I was, girl, I don't know. I just tried to, since we already paid our money and we already had the flyers made for the kickback, like everybody was already like had that move planned. So I wasn't gonna change anything around, despite the fact that he was showing me around and I saw holes in the wall, there were marks on the wall. He had stuff up under the sink, like, and it looked like he just threw it down there. Like, did somebody stay here? Like, it looked like somebody literally just locked up their stuff. Like, somebody stays there and they just rented it out the next day. That is nasty. Like, they had toothbrush, girl, a hot mess. But I'm like, okay, I'm just gonna play it cool. Like, it's gonna be a good day. It's gonna be a good day. He had stuff in the refrigerator.
Just as I thought. Trash.
And he had me sign this paper. And it wasn't, I read the paper, it was just making sure that everything was intact, like checking off. Because if anything was broken, then you had to come out of pocket and pay for it. So it was just initialing, like, I understand that if anything gets broken, I have to pay for it, like things like that. And then at the end, he asked me to put my address. I wasn't thinking anything of it because I was just ready to go. I was just ready for him to move so everybody could start coming. Like, I was ready for my friends to be there. I wasn't really thinking anything of it. So I put my address down, put my name, and then he asked for my license. So I showed him my license so he know that it was me. Like, show him my license, and then boom. So he gave me the key. I was like, okay, is that it? He was like, yes. So I'm like, okay, well, I'm about to go pick up the rest of, like, games and stuff like that. I'm gonna pick up the rest of the stuff for the party, and then yeah. So he was like, okay, well, I'm just gonna stay here and finish setting up or whatever he said. I'm like, okay. Wasn't really thinking that. Well, I was just like, that's weird, but I wasn't really thinking anything of it. So I asked him, I was like, so is the girl that I was texting, are y'all like business partners or something? Like, who is she? He was like, yeah, we're business partners. She just does the booking stuff, and then I do the tour around the house and all that other stuff. I'm like, okay. And then he was like, yeah, we have strippers. This is a stripper house. The girls be downstairs and all this other stuff. I'm like, okay, cool. So that happened. So I'm out for like an hour and a half. I kid you not, I'm out for like an hour and a half at Walmart. I get back to the house. This man is still there. I'm like, what are you doing? Like, I was looking at him like, why are you still here? And then I opened the door and it looked like he was in a shock to see me. Like, hello, did you not remember that you had guests? Like, so he was like, oh, I'm about to leave right now. I'm like, okay. So he left like like 15 minutes later. And then I was the only one in that house for like 30 minutes. And I was scared, honestly. Like, I just didn't get a good vibe being in that house by myself. And I'm grown. And I literally do not get scared of anything, really. Honestly. Like, I know I may come off as sweet and all this other stuff, but I literally do not get scared about anything. So the fact that I was in there scared, that's another red flag. So I'm still on the phone with my friends, and they're on the way at this point. I'm in the master bedroom fixing my hair and getting ready and all that stuff, and I noticed it was a white dresser. So I look over and it's like one of those Arlo cameras. I'm gonna insert a picture. It was an Arlo camera. Those cameras, it's like motion sensitive. He had it facing the bed. I was looking like, am I tripping? Like, maybe it's not on. So I just left it there until my friends got there. I just left it there, and I didn't say anything to them at the moment about it. So I'm like, okay, that's weird, but I'm gonna let it slide. So my friends get there and they checking out the house like, oh my god, this house is so bomb. Da 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 da. Oh, and then I forgot to mention that the front door was kind of broken. Like somebody could easily come in there. Like you could lock the door, but the house, like the door was broken, literally. So I'm like, okay. Oh, and it was a hole in the front area. It was a hole in the wall. Like, girl, come on now. That happened, and my friend was downstairs, and I'm like, girl, come here. Is that a camera? And she was like, oh my god, yeah, turn it around. I'm like, okay. I turned it around, and I'm like, that's weird. At this point, I'm a little bit scared, but I'm not too scared to where I want to like cancel everything. So cool, everybody getting ready. We playing music. The music is really loud. He had big old speakers. He had like a whole bunch of them speakers. So it was really loud in there. So I go upstairs with them to check out the rest of the rooms, and we noticed in their bedroom that they were staying in, it was a black dresser, and we found okay, for one, it was like something red flashing. So I'm like, what is that? So we go over there, and I'm like, bitch, I know this is not a fucking camera. So we turned that camera around, and at this point, I'm like, oh, hell no. Like, this is the second camera we done found, and that's weird. So me and my friend, Nadia, we go in the other bedrooms, and we're like, oh my God, like, it was another, it was called the chill room. It was another chill room upstairs. It had lights in there, and it had, I think, a pole in there. And we were looking up, like, is it a camera in here? Oh, and the cameras that we found in their bedroom, it was facing towards the bed. So keep that in mind. So we go in the other room, the chill room, and we didn't see any cameras. We go in the other room, we don't see any, like, in the other bedroom, and we don't see any cameras. We're looking around, don't see any cameras. So I'm just sitting there like, that is weird. Like, is this man watching us? And so something told my friend, she was like, come back in here. And so we're looking up at the ceiling, and it's a ceiling fan. I kid you not, a white ceiling fan. It was a white camera, like, blending in on the ceiling fan, facing down towards the bed. Are you serious? At this point, I am shook. Like, I am ready to go. I'm about ready to cancel this whole Airbnb. But I'm like, okay, let me just relax. Like, people coming. People had their day planned out to come to this event. And I've been talking about this event since before spring break. I've been talking about this event for like 3 whole months. We're having this event. So that happened. We go downstairs and we see another camera. They were facing the poles, blended in, and that was downstairs. Like, come on now, you are nasty, and I just want you to know that if you see this video, you are nasty and you need to be in jail. But yeah, so I'm like, at this point, maybe if I, have a couple drinks, smoke a little bit, maybe they'll take my mind off it. No, it did not. It made me think about it even more. I'm thinking like, okay, this man finna come in here and kidnap us. Like, we all finna all be dead, like, and all this other stuff. And so folks started coming, and at this point I can't even enjoy myself because I am terrified. I'm like, that is weird. That is really weird. And then the fact that the front door was broken, and then in all the bedrooms the doorknobs were broken, so you cannot lock the door, you cannot close the door. USOL, the back door had a stick that was broken off, so somebody could easily come through the back door. Literally all the doorknobs in all the rooms were broken. The side door downstairs broken. Like, the lock did not lock. This man is a setup. That is a setup. Like, that is not a coincidence. That is a setup. And so everybody started coming. So folks, so I called my no. So everybody started leaving. Everybody left. So it was like 2 o'clock in the morning, 3 o'clock in the morning, something like that. And so everybody was getting settled down or whatever, my friends, and they were about to, go to sleep. I'm like, y'all, I'm not standing here, cause I wanted to stay in the guest room, and the guest room was downstairs. I was the only one downstairs. Everybody else was upstairs in the other room, in the other bedrooms. So I'm like, I'm not staying downstairs by myself. And I was like, I really don't want to stay here. Like, I want to go home. I'm not staying here. And when we found those cameras, I forgot to mention that I was texting the man, and at this point it was like 10 o'clock at night. So I know you were like, who goes to sleep? I highly doubt you're asleep. I was texting him before all my guests got there. I was texting him like, call me. He did not call. I called him. He did not answer. So yeah. And so I was like, yeah, I'm not staying here. And my friends was like, we not staying here either. So I'm like, okay, let's go. I stay right up the street. We can get our stuff and bounce. So that's what we did. We got all of our stuff. We cleaned up. We literally cleaned up the whole house. We left it the way he showed it to me. We cleaned up all of our stuff. We took out all of our trash, and we put the key on the pool table. So I texted him when I got home. It was like 2:30, 3 o'clock or something like that. And I was like, I left the key on the pool table. I insert screenshots. I said, I left the key on the pool table. I did not feel comfortable with my stay, so we're leaving. And he was like, the next day, like 12 o'clock, 1 o'clock in the afternoon, he texted me and he was like, what happened? Whatever he said. Oh, he said, if you leave a good review, then I'll be sure to do the same thing. I'm not leaving you nothing at all. We found several cameras. All the doors were broken. You're dirty. You have stuff up under the sink, stuff in the refrigerator that don't even look like it's new food. Like, it looks like it's been sitting there for months. You're nasty. You are nasty. And then the fact that we are young. This man looked like he was about in his mid 40s, 50s. We are young adults. We like 19, 20, 18. And you thought that you was about to catch some action. You are nasty. Like, period. You are nasty. And so that happened. So I filed a claim on Airbnb because you are not supposed to have cameras in your Airbnb without your guests knowing. So he got removed from Airbnb permanently. And so then after all that happened, that's when he started texting me crazy. And he was like, you put them cameras there. Why would you do that? I have kids to feed and all this other stuff. I lost my job. That's my only job. That's not my fault, sir. You shouldn't have had cameras in the house. Come on now. Like, are you stupid? And so that happened. I was gonna file a restraining order because at this point I'm fearing for my life because he has my address. Like, he can easily, and this is my house where my family lays their head. You're not about to be rolling up at my house on no crazy stuff or nothing like that. So I was going to file a police report. I went to the police the next day, and first of all, they were rude. It was a lady. She was rude, and she really did not care about the situation. And basically, she said that it's nothing I can do about it. So that's basically what she said. So that's that with the police. I should have known that. So then he did a full refund for, it was like $400, a full refund. Yeah. And then after that, what happened. After that, it was about time for me to go back to school. I woke up, all my tires were slashed. All 1, 2, 3, 4. All 4 tires were slashed. Can you guess who did it? Because who else? I don't have beef with nobody. Like, I don't talk to nobody. I do not care about other people for real. Like, I know it was you. And so, once again, the police said they can't do anything about that because there's no proof of him doing that. But anyway, I know it was him. But yeah, I just wanted to share this video because if you get an Airbnb, make sure that the place is camera free, unless they say so. Like, unless they say security cameras, cool. And it's actually this app that you could download. I'll insert the name of the app in my description box, but there's an app that you can download that tells you if you get an Airbnb or a hotel or something like that. It tells you if there's cameras in the room. And honestly, I feel like you need to be aware of your surroundings. Like, things could have been, I feel like things could have been way worse if we weren't smart enough to leave that place. Because I feel like if we stay, who knows what could have happened in that house. Like, anybody could have came in there. I don't know if he was, I don't know what that man had going on in his head. But yeah, just be aware of your surroundings. And be safe, and never go anywhere by yourself. That's another thing. Never go anywhere by yourself. But yeah, that's the end of my story time. Thanks you guys for watching. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe, share with a friend, tell a friend, tell your mama, tell your daddy, tell your uncle, tell your auntie, tell your mama. I already said that. Tell your sister, tell your brother, and all that.